Caitlyn Clark hit nothing with Eileen Gu after Winter Olympics stars Backlash. Caitlyn Clark made her stance clear during a high-profile appearance alongside Eileen Gu, as the Winter Olympics star continues to face backlash in the aftermath of the Games. Fresh off the 2026 Milan Winter Games, six-time Olympic medalist Gu shared that she attended the Prada show alongside the WNBA star, posting a photo of the pair to her Instagram story. Clark, who is preparing for her third season with the Indiana Fever, later reshared the image. Video from the event showed the two laughing and chatting from their seats. Gu, the American-born freestyle skier who has faced scrutiny for competing for China, her mother's homeland, added 3 more medals to her resume at the Games, 4 years after her Olympic debut. She successfully defended her gold medal in the halfpipe, but earned silver in both Big A and slopestyle, having won gold in the former in Beijing. Gu's gold medal victory was tempered by personal tragedy, as she learned shortly afterward that her grandmother had passed away. She was a steamship, an emotional Gu told reporters. This woman commanded life, and she grabbed it by the reins, and she made it into what she wanted it to be. The last time I saw her before I came to the Olympics, she was very sick, so I knew that this was a possibility. I didn't promise her that I was going to win, but I did promise her that I was going to be brave. She's been brave. After her final event, Gu revealed she would be shifting her focus to fashion. It's Fashion Week in Milan, Gu told AFP. I have the other job, the other fashion thing. I'm really excited to just explore some other avenues, be creative, and explore my femininity through fashion, which is something I've always loved, and to kind of put that in juxtaposition with skiing and with sports. And I think they coexist so beautifully, and so I hope to represent that next week in Milan. Former NFL MVP Boomer Esiason criticized Eileen Gu's behavior in interviews at the Olympics, calling the 22-year-old attractive but insufferable. If you listen to her, you're like, what? The former MVP said to Greg Jonotti, his one co-host. He added that he is not a fan of how Gu conducts herself during press conferences, calling out how the star is tough to listen to. In his own opinion, she's a very, very attractive woman and she's extremely bright. She went to Stanford, he continued. But if you listen to her post-participation interviews, she's insufferable. She is. It's hard to listen to. But then again, it's an individual sport and an individual person talking about herself as opposed to talking about her teammates or the support she receives. Esiason added that while he believes Gu is exceptionally bright and that she knew how she's gonna answer things, but did not elaborate further. When two icons meet, Caitlyn Clark, Eileen Gu, and the art of showing up unfiltered, on a crisp February evening in Milan, not long after the closing ceremonies of the 2026 Winter Olympics, two of the world's most influential women in sport shared a moment that ignited the internet, challenged fan assumptions, and embodied something deeper than headlines or hashtags. Caitlyn Clark, the electric, record-smashing Indiana Fever superstar and rising face of women's basketball, and Eileen Gu, the graceful, boundary-pushing Olympic freestyle skiing champion who sparked global debate by competing for China despite being born and raised in the United States, sat side by side at a Prada fashion show during Milan Fashion Week. Their smiles, camaraderie, and ease in each other's company weren't staged, and that authenticity is exactly why the moment resonated so powerfully. Some saw it as two women simply enjoying life, stepping off the athletic stage and celebrating artistry and style. Others saw it as a defiant social statement, a refusal to hide, to shrink, to let backlash dictate their narratives. This is a story about more than just a photo or viral social media post. It is about visibility, vulnerability, connection, and clashing cultural expectations in a world that still struggles with women who dare to be themselves. The backstory, triumph and tension at the Winter Olympics. To truly understand the significance of Clark and Gu's public appearance together, it helps to rewind to the Winter Olympics in Milan Cortina. Eileen Gu arrived in Italy as one of freestyle skiing's brightest stars. Already a global figure with multiple Olympic medals from Beijing and a burgeoning fashion career, Gu added another gold and 2 silver medals to her collection. But her victories were accompanied by controversy. Gu's choice to represent China, honoring her mother's heritage, was met in parts of the U.S. with harsh backlash, ranging from accusations of betrayal to political pundits weaponizing her success as cultural fodder. Social media debates about identity, national allegiance, and personal agency erupted as soon as she stepped onto the podium. Even her Olympic press interviews, where she spoke openly and confidently, sparked criticism. When asked to reframe 2 silvers as lost golds, her honest response was dismissed by some as arrogance, igniting more online firestorms. Amid these discussions, Gu shared deeply personal moments, like the emotional reality of learning about her grandmother's passing during the Olympics, a testament to how complex and human her journey has been, far beyond medals or political rhetoric. Caitlyn Clark, a champion in her own right. At the same moment that Gu was navigating Olympic triumphs and the weight of cultural discourse, Caitlyn Clark was poised for her 3rd WNBA season, a season that many believe will solidify her as not just a league star, but a global ambassador for women's basketball. Clark's rise has been meteoric. From Iowa College dominance to breaking viewership and engagement records in the WNBA, she has become both a beloved figure in sport and a lightning rod for cultural conversations about race, media, and fandom. Many fans supported her passionately, while some critics questioned why so much attention and commercial weight rested on her shoulders. Even within her own fan base there are debates and heated opinions, a testament to the complex reality of being a superstar in a sport still fighting for equality and visibility. Despite these dynamics, Clark has charted her path with measured authenticity, focusing on excellence and relationships that matter to her, rather than headlines that demand controversy. Milan, more than a fashion moment. So when Clark and Gu sat together at Prada, both wearing sharp, expressive fashion looks, the atmosphere was electric, not because of the designer label, but because of what it signified. 2 powerful women at peace with themselves, unbothered by the noise, choosing presence over performance. Photos and clips spread across social platforms within minutes. Fans celebrated the unity of women's sport icons from seemingly different worlds, one winter sport, one court, and the shared spirit of excellence. Others, however, seized on the moment to stir old controversies, questioning, without nuance, Clark's choice to associate with someone like Gu, who has been labeled unjustly by some as controversial or even a traitor. Yet this is where the idea of hiding nothing becomes profound.